welcome back to the C. Yep, that's something else, Apple. What do we have on the show today? Recently, I purchased a M4 Mini, which is right here, with a little Sateki docking station. I have a problem with Amazon, being that they're awesome, and I love all the stuff that you can get on Amazon. When I started looking for more docking stations, because I have a 2.5-inch SSD for Time Machine, and I also have a 1TB NVMe just for some extra work stuff. So I can buy a smaller 256 gig working internal drive. That way I don't run a lot of stuff on it. But I was on Amazon the other day when I found this thing, the Raycue all-in-one dock, and that sold me right there. I'm like, oh my god, that thing has a display screen and cooling fans, and you can get like the little hello and different dudes and gauges. You can put an SSD inside of it, trans flash or micro SD, or SD or micro SD, cooling plate, rings, all sorts of cool stuff, and dual displays. So I said, all right, I am sold. 120 bucks. Last purchased October 22nd. What's today? October 25th. Turn on the studio, please. There we go. 3 days ago, and here she is in my hand. 120 bucks. I'll link it in the description below. I'm not pushing these products on you. I just have a problem.
All right, Carter, you got $25.87.
Not for long. I make bad financial decisions.
However, I think this is a good financial decision. Let's unbox this pickle and see what it looks like. My Apple Bluetooth keyboard, Magic Mouse 2, Raycue, built to chill, man. Instruction manual, all aluminum. SSD sits in the top. It looks almost like the Mac itself. Sateki was the one I got. Great unit. Never had a single problem with it in the week that I've owned it. I do like how it has a pop out. There's my NVMe drive, but they use case screws that don't actually fit all the way. Bought it when I bought the Mac Mini. This thing has a screen, and that's why I wanted this. There's no, there is plastic over the screen, which I'll just rub on my belly for clarity. You get USB 2.0, USB 3, micro SD or ST. It's always been named trans flash to me. Following the instruction manuals, Shinglish, unscrew and remove the aluminum sheet. Aluminum sheet being this thing. Turn it upside down to remove the plate. All metal. Inside you have a single regular screw, which is the oddest thing ever. Is this 1947 where you need a regular screw? Do I even have a regular screwdriver? Old style SSD screw. That's a unique screw of... It's just a unique screw with a mount for the SSD clip. Double checking the packaging because I just pulled it out. Underneath of this foam thing is another container, a bunch of things. Sticker instructions. I will not be putting stickers on my Mac, but if you wanted to, you could put these stickers, a kitty cat, and a dude that says hi, and I guess this is an alligator or crocodile. I don't know why they are included. You do get a nice silicone pad for your hard drive, which we will be using. So my only thing, oh, and you get an extra screw and when you lose this. I don't know why it is a regular slotted screw. That's crazy. So SSD insertion is normal. Give her a shove, put it in, and then reinstall your screw. It doesn't tell you how to do it, but I'm assuming you put this screw in like this into the physical drive using its little tools. Carefully place this down and then you can do it. I still don't like the idea of a regular screwdriver there is a notch on the screw that you have to get the SSD into, and then it will slide down into the dude. At which time we can then put the thermal pad on. It's gonna make it sticky. Line this up perfectly because it's gonna squish right on this thing for heat. Now these screws, ferrous and magnetized. Install your screws. You get one silicone cable. It feels really silicone-y, if that's a word. Silicone-y. Host is the cable that gets this silver thing. Notice you also get another HDMI out, another USB. Finally, rear audio. Thank God, because I hated the Mac Mini having the audio port in the front because I run a subwoofer set. Fans go through here to vent and cool it also. It holds way better than the Sateki. Now, I would presume I would need this to power the micro SD cards. Now, you have to lift her up to press the button this time. It says, hello. And we have a power amper with a gauge. The Mac is on. It's already booted because, of course, it just works instantly. We have temperature. We have health. The Dell monitor. The display. And the resolution I am running in. So this cycles automatically. I still have my 2 display ports in the front and the ones in the back. Now for audio testing, I am simply going to be using my Devoom Tivu little pixel art speaker, devoom.com, links in the description below, on a 3.5 inch. I want to plug it into the back. Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back to the Sea. Rear audio. Show today. Rear audio. Cool. Also, when I did that, look what happened. It told me I have something plugged into the 3.5. Can I touch this and get it to do things? No. How much power I'm drawing? 5 volts at 0.69 amps. It's running off my solar. Off of that MPOHOS battery that we had on the show a little while ago. Whole thing. This Mac is drawing little to nothing. Speed in megabytes. So what I will do is I'm going to copy a file from the internal 1 terabyte NVMe that we just had to the desktop. So there you go. 874 megs from my internal NVMe. That's megabytes per second. And it's done. And let's see how it reads cards. Clicks in. So it tells you what you got plugged in. So we can see how slow Compact Flash is. But we are copying 6,500 megs per second. 65. What is plugged in? I like the spring click. TF slot. It does click. It goes right side up. And it mounted instantly. Now, micro SD and SD are not super fast to copy to, no matter how you get them in. 10 megs per second. Yeah, 21, 10. Depending on the card. This is a Walmart brand cheapy card. I'm sure other cards are faster. Not the purpose of the video for speed. It's just to show you that how awesome this dock is. Transflash 3.0. It tells me. I don't know what the... Maybe it's labeled as slot number. It ejects the card from macOS perfectly. When you do something, it instantly tells you that you plugged something in. If I plug an SD card in also, let's see, even if it's off the screen, if it rotates around. Okay, now I'm going to plug a card in. It takes me right back and lets me know I have both plugged in and 3.5 mil audio. I like the audio in the rear. It just looks better. More aesthetically pleasing to me. I'm trying to do a minimalist, hard to believe, desktop. Cleanliness and cables are one of the things I'm looking for. This is a great, great dock. I think one of the best docks that are out there. And I look around on Amazon a lot. So Raycue is the brand. And it's just called Mac Mini Hub and Stand, model DK5A3. There are some measurements right there. And for those of you like me visually impaired, it is 127 by 127 mil by 42 high. Yeah, max fan control. So I'm going to turn it on full blast. I can feel it. Listen. It is blowing downwards right onto the fins here and cooling whatever's in here. So the drive, which is literally right there, is going to get the wash inward and outward of the Mac fan when it comes back on. There we go. I have mine set on the CPU. That way when I'm editing, that fan kicks on quick. I don't want it to get hot at all. So when this sucker hits 120 degrees, the fan automatically ramps up. When it hits the temperature, it ramps down. Better than the automatic control. I don't like them to get hot. I know Apple will bake you some cookies in this thing. Just like an old Power Mac G5 2.7. They will get hotter than Hades. But that is the review of my latest purchase of 120 bucks on Amazon of the Raycue all-in-one dock for the Mac Mini. And what I'll do is I will put an Amazon affiliate link, free shipping by the way, so $119, and you can get more off, so $29 off. It's usually $169 list. They have different models. This is the Smart Display, so it has the LCD screen. Their 10 gig model is like a little dock. It does have a tiny screen. It's the same, that's $70. The 40 gig model is just the little tiny thin dock like my Techie, which I paid $100 for, and it's $120. And the Smart Display is the exact same price for the Pimp Dog. If you're interested, knock yourself out if you have a Mac Mini M4. If not, go buy a Mini M4. I don't have any control over your wallet, but apparently I don't have any control over mine also. The final on my actual work desk, which I've been attempting to go, for a minimalist view. There's the Drobos from Mr. Scott so long ago we have populated. My original Memorex Power Center with the new Raycue dock all plugged in. My monitor is into the Mac. I have not plugged in the original Techie, but it will give me an extra SSD that I can plumb directly into another Thunderbolt port or daisy chain it off of one of the rear ports of here. I have a 2.5 inch SSD in a SSK Amazon case. Didn't review that. It's just USB Type-C for a 2 terabyte drive that is in the back. I do have a USB Buffalo CD. So there she is in production. And that's what I edit all your videos on that you're watching right now. I think it looks pretty cool. The Mac Mini M4 Tower. That's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?